I'm explaining the spiritual side of the world in like a kind of easier way, right? So all these musicians and actors and all of them coming out clean because what happens is it's the study of events, the study of events. Sometimes you gotta look back, study yourself, see the shit that you do. So how I study myself, I'm a rapper. So like anytime my mind just pops in, like I literally live in a monologue of rhymes. So my head just be rapping by it, like it literally be rapping sometimes. So when it start rapping like that, I always just write down the raps because them shits just get come. And if I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget it. And if I forget it, like it's some shit that I like had Kanye say, man, I done forgot better shit than you ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what ended up happening to me. I was like, oh shit, that was a fucking hit song, and then I forget it. So then it got to a point where like it don't matter. I was writing since I was 4, like music, poetry, all that shit. So then once I got to my elder age, like 25, I started rapping for like not just me but my brother too, because my brother had passed. So with me rapping for my brother, I got damn no, my brother passed when I was 27. I'm wrong. It was 27. It was 2017, so I was 26 going on 27. So when he passed, but my first song I recorded was 2015. So that was this song called Circus that I got on the internet. Now I got a video. It took us 8 years to even make the video. See how that number 8 is a loop thing, infinity. So it took us 8 years to make the video because we didn't shoot the video till like 2022 or 23. It was one of them years. I think we shot it last year. But the time moves so motherfucking fast that, you know what I'm saying, you be forgetting stuff. And then I was telling everybody, hey, we gotta live in the moment because we driving uptown in the video. You know what I'm saying? We getting pictures of people in Halloween costumes. You got me in that Panther jacket and shit. Like I'm repping the city, Panther shit on. So I'm, you know, it's a song that I made so long ago. It connect because it's literally like bar for bar for bar, and that's what I started doing. With every time I'm rapping a bar, it's so connected in that motherfucker. It's putting pieces to decipher things, and with it deciphering things, I end up decoding the Bible because me being a cipher, I'm seeing words, and I didn't play. I didn't did like all I do is play with words, playing with words. Like if we play Scrabble, words with friends, shit like that, I will. Boy, I'll be murdering people in that because I see so many words within letters, because letters ain't nothing but symbols, and letters being symbols. The first thing I ever learned how to do is draw in detail, and drawing in detail, I forgot that because after I learned how to read and write, that's what I started focusing more on, and focusing on reading and writing. Once I was in the Bible, I'm like, man, everything written is based off the Bible because it ain't nothing new under the sun. This book got all the algorithms in it, and I knew this by age 6. And I'm like, if this is a book of good and evil, ain't every book part of good and evil? And then I just started seeing how they were saying, oh man, them people all smart ain't nothing but book smart. They don't know nothing about the streets. So I developed the book smart by just staying in the Bibles, not just one Bible of Christian, but Bible, different Bibles. And then with street smarts, just living in the streets, because you know what I'm saying, my people didn't say nothing. My granddaddy gave away his land. My grandma, you know what I'm saying, granddaddy, when they got an apartment, well, they got a duplex. That's duality, because we always had a neighbor that stays on the other side that we used to meet. And then my sister being sharing a room with me, that's Apollo and you know what I'm saying, Artemis, the twins in the womb, because it's a house. Like everything is resembled. It's a as above, so below, but it's also showing you like it's a bigger universe, bigger universe, bigger universe. But so if you imagine your house, it's like your mother, and you looking at your womb as you being in the stomach, it's like rebirthing you in the embryo state. So me and my sister sharing a room, we had to share each other's mind because I had to do things to appease to her. She did things to appease me, like not just, you know, we got split beds, but it's like our case, this is the division in the room. So what I do on my side of the room, I gotta make sure it don't distract her life, and what she do on her side of the room don't distract mine. And then after a while, that gets congruent. So with it getting congruent, it ruins a sibling. Where my sister was ready to move out because she like, man, I don't really gotta share this room. I can't do what I want to do to because she want to be free. And then we being shuttled from house to house because we stay with our grandparents, go to my parents' house for like, you know what I'm saying, some weekend events, and then go to my other grandparents' house. And then my grandma said that she didn't like me calling her my other grandma, and I just used to be like, well, I only say that because you know they already met my my other grandma. So it's like me learning at a young age, words really affect how people, you know what I'm saying, feel. So when she used to hear me say, oh, this is my other grandma, she felt more disconnected from me because I was raised by a grandmother. And it's like me being raised by one, it's not the same, you know what I'm saying, a spirit of love of such. because I'm just the last child on this pedal, and then the other grandma that I'm talking about is Rose, which is the last grandparent that I got, and that's why I'm really hatching out the Kundalini, because the other grandparents all left body parts that passed them away. So the first one that passed in '07 lost his vocals from cancer, and my brother being a cancer, that's also God areas of wrath. So my brother used to pay for his words and stuff, but this is my grandfather that passed in '07 from throat cancer. My grandma, you know what I'm saying, from the heart, and she leaving from the heart. My uncle Pee Wee James, he left from his heart, where he had a heart attack as a truck driver, and all the names match the Bible name. James the Less is Jesus' little brother. Joseph raised Jesus, right? I was raised by Bobby Joseph Hood. So Bobby Joseph Hood, after my grandma Geraldine, who I'm named after, had passed, he was like halfway in here because of his dementia. So when she passed, his brain was what leaked. So that's just like Jesus' brain leaking. His brain leaked blood because of his thoughts that was processed in him. And this was 2013 and 14. But in between the time, I also lost my daughter, who ended up growing from an embryo to be a stillborn, because her spirit was still created in the world, but then it was birthed to give me a connection. That's the Muslim religion, to God. And with me having a connection, that's the dreams that I was getting, because it was the dream of I got a child on the way. Me having a child on the way, there was false documents signed because the mother of the child didn't believe it was my child until it was so many events that showed it, because she done punched me in my face and everything. So turning the other cheek, end up finding out later on, like, something happened with me and her in a home invasion, all that shit. So we always have an experience that we share together. So it was a home invasion, a lost child. I read Job in the home invasion. My mother Mary came from a lion's womb, so that's Daniel, so I can't deny or anything denial. Denial River, that's just the river of blood, the bloodline that's in here. You can't deny your blood, like you can't deny the blood you come from. The heritage is, again, heritage with Samson mine. My grandma took a piece of my hair off my first haircut, put it in the Bible, which already was a spell to give me a God sent mine. 10/20 my birthday, so I already know I'm half here, half, you know what I'm saying, in the other realm. And then when the grandmother and daughter passed, me losing so much hope, my niece prayers woke me up because she wanted me out of jail. The next day of her birthday was November 23rd when I got arrested, because I'm like, damn, they arrested me. I had a home invasion and everything. So after that, the next day, I woke up from the prison, you know what I'm saying, like actually seeing the sun, because it was something possessed my body that night before that was trying to commit me, like make me commit sins, like actually take my life. But then as a kid, I always was like, somebody gonna laugh if I commit suicide to myself. And me thinking that is also me knowing, like, unaliving myself, because they might block this video now. Unaliving myself is like, that's remembering they laughed when Jesus passed. Like, they was laughing at this man at the sight of Christ on this body, and then him showing no emotion. After a while, it hunted all of them, because it's in love and memory. And if it's not in love and memory, it's in hate. And when it's in hate, it's going to burn that person, because what happens? We all have to face that same fate. And when you have to face that same fate, you got to come to the light. So all these experiments that they doing on us, it will not work, because it's just the shadow of demons trying to reclaim what they have never created. And it's the creator that creates all living species. And with all living species, we still within the belly of her beast right now. You know what I'm saying? So us knowing that, again, the bread and butter is the words we utter, because it's all us in this garden of Eden. And the fountain of youth is the truth, which is the woman who has the vessel to recreate any male shape, you know. So all of it's riddle, genetics, genesis, and then we see our nemesis is not no one around, but just us trying to take ourselves down. And you don't take yourself down, but you raise yourself higher by knowing that you are a vibration of light, and it's inside of you. So they can't just see it, they just see the flesh. But with them seeing the flesh, they fail in the test, because they still ain't ignited the fire in their system to know that we all came from somewhere. With all us coming from somewhere, we have to go back to where we had came. So I found out heaven was created before earth, you know. But heaven being created before earth, it would have more technology than this world would ever, you know what I'm saying, endure. We get in pieces of it. And when you read Zeus, Zeus was one of them guys like, stop giving them human shit. Stop giving them human shit. Stop giving them human shit. And they kept giving more and more and more and more, and more things kept being created. And that's why they say he is a jealous God, because he like, hey, y'all gotta suffer from some of y'all creations. And what I created was words, inner healing, music, poetry, bow and arrows. But now I see that the eye is on the sparrow.